this player entitlement era that they call player empowerment era. It's the player entitlement era. LeBron James did that. And so he just isn't elevating the game. And so when I start talking about all-time greats, and again, you can go all the way back to Bill Russell, elevated the game. LeBron did not.
Jason, it's far worse than what you think, probably. The final game Michael Jordan played in a Chicago Bulls uniform, the 1998 Game 6, where he won his sixth and final NBA championship, that game peaked out at 36 million viewers. The sham bubble tournament in the Disney campus, what I like to call as the exhibition tournament disguised as an NBA championship, where LeBron James, the legendary LeBron James, won his fourth and likely will be his final NBA championship. Not one single game eclipsed the 9 million viewer mark. And it had, I believe, an average rating of 7 million per game. That is absolutely laughable and pathetic. We're in an era right now where Caitlin Clark, a female college basketball player, just got a 19 million view share in the NCAA championship game. I mean, even her semifinal game had 14 or 15 million. The top NBA game this year, I believe, was the play-in game. The last metrics that I saw was the first play-in game with around 5 million. So we're talking about a female college player doubling and tripling NBA ratings right now. That is LeBron's legacy. That, along with, as you noted, the player empowerment. He is the father of it, of the super team era as well, basically whittling down and diminishing competitive excellence by these players. Everybody just wants to go and get the easy championship and stack these meaningless rings to try to inflate what their legacy is. It's absolutely pathetic. There is such a sense of entitlement, and it all began with LeBron James. This era has played follow his leader.
What you're talking about, Scap, with the player entitlement, the player ring chasing era, it's destroyed someone as beautiful to watch play. I like him just as a person, but it destroyed Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's, because he got caught up in the title chasing, ring chasing, he diminished himself, diminished his legacy. The guy's one of the funnest. I mean, he could have been the 6'11" Steph Curry. Instead, he's got a negative reputation because he went and stole some titles with the Golden State Warriors following the LeBron blueprint, and now he's out here on his own at 34, 35 in Phoenix, and not even out here on his own, but just Phoenix is struggling, and his reputation is getting diminished. And I just think about Russell Westbrook, his reputation diminished. James Harden, LeBron. Who in this era, other than Steph Curry, is going to have the kind of legacy that they were supposed to have? I can't think of anybody that, because Joel Embiid's MVP looks like trash because again, LeBron has been a big part of injecting the racial dynamic into all NBA discussions, and LeBron's created a mess. And people will watch this content and they'll get very upset with me, but I'm just telling you, it's a mess, and it all relates back to LeBron James.
It all started in his free agency, where he took his talents to South Beach. He gave it a go for 7 years in Cleveland. He failed miserably. He couldn't accept the challenge.
Whoa, stop, Scat. Failed miserably. He led the team to a title. It didn't go as well as he thought. Continue. Go ahead. failed me.
Real quick on the final that he led the team to. He did not play a winning team until the conference finals in that Eastern Conference Finals run. The Nets and the Wizards were both 41 and 41 that season. The Cavaliers were the second seed with 50 wins that year. The one seed was the Detroit Pistons with only 53 wins. The Cavaliers were a top 5 net rated defensive team that season, and they beat the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals without Ben Wallace. He had moved on. He was playing in Chicago at that point. So really the only team that he beat in that 2007 finals run was the Detroit Pistons without their heart and soul, their defensive anchor, Ben Wallace. Then he got into the finals against the Spurs, where, again, the Cavs defense did their job, Jason. They held the San Antonio Spurs to 88 points per game in that NBA Finals series in 2007. Yet LeBron got swept in that series as he shot 36% for the series and averaged 22 points per game. Completely and totally unacceptable. 2 games were there for the taking. But again, it started right then and right there. The next 2 years, he comes back. He wins the league MVP, has the best record in the NBA, not the next year, but in 2008 and 9. He has the best record in the NBA for 2 years. He's favored to get into the finals. He's the league MVP, and he goes out early both years. The 1 year, yes, they got caught up against Boston, who you could say had more talent, had a better team. But the other season, he lost to the Dwight Howard Orlando Magic. Got upset there. They went in, and then Kobe, of course, wins the 2 championships those 2 seasons against the 2 very teams that sent LeBron packing. Kobe's winning real hardware while LeBron is stealing those league MVPs. And then on the heels of those failures, he takes his talents to South Beach because he could not live up to the pressure. He could not live up to the standards and the deal that all of the other all-time great players got basically throughout the time, from the very dawn of basketball history. The deal that they had, he could not live up to. So he had to break the system. He had to go and daisy chain talent onto this already, budding superstar in Dwayne Wade, who was first team All-NBA at the time, finishing top 5 perennially in MVP voting himself. They bring on Chris Bosh, and then from there, it was just on. This guy's been mercenarying himself out from team to team, trying to steal cheap championships, and what it has done is it has diminished what a championship means. Titles are hard. It's supposed to be difficult. That it's the hero's journey. It builds the character. It makes them great. LeBron cheated himself to some degree by sidestepping all the obstacles, by taking the easy way out routinely, time in and time out. He never got to the level that he could have if he faced the challenges and overcame them, like all the other all-time greats we've seen before him.
Gap, if any, you're prepared, I will say that.